You know what I was thinking? Game re-releases. Now, these days, games get re-released and milked all the fucking time. Now, games have always gotten released in the past. Look at Street Fighter from Capcom, or Sonic, or even Mario Brothers on the Nintendo eShops. They constantly release the same fucking game, and instead of somehow creating either backwards compatibility or some sort of transfer code that gives you at least a discount, they charge you full fucking price, and they make you feel like an asshole. So, what are we as gamers supposed to do? Well, either you go back to the old consoles, the old formats, and play it like that, or you're fucked and you have to pay again. The most recent one that's been doing this, and it's really been making me go crazy, it's Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain's Prologue, Metal Gear Solid Ground Zeroes. Now, let me first talk about Dead Rising 2 for a second, and then we'll get back to this. Dead Rising 2, Capcom did it right. Right before the game came out, there was this prologue episode called Case Zero. If you downloaded it, it was only $4.99, so or 500 Microsoft points, or 400, whatever the hell it was. It was like $5 in US dollars. So for $5, you pretty much got between, I'd say, 2 and 4 hours of gameplay to play this prologue segment that wasn't even in the full game. So it's essentially a glorified demo that not only let you earn achievements and costumes and stuff for the final game, but it got you pumped. It got you ready to get the full version. People that bought the prologue didn't necessarily have to go buy the full game, but the thought is there. The point is you get to try out a good chunk of the game. Now, it's hard to say if it's really just technically kind of charging for demos, because in a way, yeah, a lot of companies probably would charge for demos. But this is the reason why I'm talking about Ground Zeroes. Metal Gear Ground Zeroes. Because Dead Rising and Capcom, now I'm actually saying this, Capcom did it right. They usually screw people over with stuff like that. Like I know with Street Fighter Cross Tekken, they actually had like, I think it was 10 characters that were on the disc that you couldn't actually use unless they purchased this downloadable content. Now that's bullshit. I understand that when you purchase software, you don't technically own the software. But that should apply to digital content. If I own the fucking content, I should have the fucking content. Like for example, take this. This is a pedal for my guitar. It essentially switches on and off between gain and acoustic just to get rid of that distortion. Do I not fucking own this? I mean, I know I don't work for Fender and I didn't create this, but are you basically telling me that if I use this to make a song, I'm gonna get like in trouble with like copyright infringement or trademark bullshit? Like, are you telling me that there's this feature in this particular kick pedal here, or not a kick pedal, this fucking thing? Are you telling me that I can't use a certain switch on here until I pay $5 to put in a little memory chip? I mean, that's essentially what they did with Street Fighter Cross Tekken. If I buy something, I should have access to every little bit of it. Now, it was sneaky because they didn't want people to know about it until this kid hacked his disc and actually got access to those characters. It had like Pac-Man and stuff on there. And he actually got his account banned. I'm pretty sure he actually got sued from Capcom because of that. Now, don't hold me to this because I'm not sure if he got sued, but I know he got some sort of like punishment from it. It's like, so that's like me taking, once again, this pedal and hacking it so that I can use that switch on the side, and then me getting arrested for fucking, like, putting out a game recording or a YouTube video of my music through this thing. It's like, do I not own it? Is it not in my hands right now? Is it owned by Fender? I don't understand how that bullshit works. So, how does this apply to Ground Zeroes? Well, this is a 2-hour prologue. Now, keep in mind, The Phantom Pain isn't coming out until 2015. Now, they say the end of 2015. It may not even come out until fucking 2016, for all we know. Apparently, it's a big game. According to Konami and Kojima Productions, I quote, they said it's going to be over 100 times larger than Ground Zeroes. Now, it wouldn't be a big deal having this 2-hour game if it wasn't fucking overpriced beyond belief. Now, if you get the old gen versions, like 360 and PS3, it's $20. If you download it, like PC and stuff on Steam, it's $30. And naturally, if you get the Xbox One and the PS4 versions, it's top dollar at $39.99. $40 for 2 hours of content. They said you can actually even speed run it in 5 minutes or less. Now, granted, it's got some certain like side missions and it's got replay value and it's a big map and you could take it a number of different ways, but it's like For 40 bucks, I could buy a much better fucking... I can get a bunch of games for $40 that would last me days than spend 40 bucks on this. Now, Game Informer had a really good video where they did, honest to God, talk about it. And they said, you know, it is priced kind of ridiculous, but they said that it's a really good game and the quality does not get taken away from the, I guess, crappy price point. They said it's a really high-quality game, and it got them really excited for the Phantom Pain. So, do you guys think games get milked all the time? I mean, they just actually had a Resident Evil 4 HD re-release for, I think, $20. Now it's in 60 frames a second, 1080p. And they just had Tomb Raider Definitive Edition, a fucking rehash, for $60. Now, why did they re-review it? I feel like if you're going to re-release a game, it shouldn't be marketed, it shouldn't be re-reviewed, it shouldn't be re-previewed. I don't know why they even bother. If the original game is exactly the same and it got reviewed already, why the fuck are we dealing with this again? Why are we marketing it like we're a bunch of assholes, like we didn't buy it the first time? I mean, Tomb Raider just came out last year, and they're re-releasing it at full price now just because of a repolishing job. It's not really fair. So do you guys feel that we get ripped off in the gaming industry? I personally think we do. It really comes down to developers like to cash in multiple times for the same game. It's not fair. The thing is, with the gaming industry, it's on a project-to-project basis. A lot of companies are one game away from going bankrupt. They bomb a game, and they're all out the door. It's done. That's why a lot of studios are going indie and going free-to-play, because they make a lot of money off microtransactions. And that whole free-to-play model that I hate. Now, I don't mind it if it's on phones and stuff, but leave it out of my Xbox One games. But that's a whole other story. That's what I was thinking.